Hey, what's going on, dudes? My name is TDC, and welcome back to Primus Unabridged. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day today. Dudes, I've got some stuff to show you. I have been busy off camera. I have got a bunch of stuff done. You guys saw the grind that it was for AE2 last episode, and I went ahead and just knocked it all out. So, I would like to introduce you to our Primus Unabridged base. You guys kind of saw the outline of what I was wanting to build last episode with the pyramid shape, and I've kind of added to that. I've built out a little bit more, and I have got our AE system almost completely up and going. So life is much simpler now, gotta say. I love AE, and it's really one of those mods that I just have to have. It's amazing. There's so much you can do with it, and it's just a ton of fun to mess with. So let me give you a quick little tour. We'll start from the outside in. I set up a few different farms out here. We got a cow farm. I haven't actually done too much with it. We've got a little holding pen. I don't know what that was used for, but it was used for something at some point. We got a wool farm going on right down here. It is super loud, but I have been collecting wool in order to make dense and smart cable for our IMI system there. And that's actually the second chest that we've been working on. So I've already filled one up, and I think it's inside the IMI system now, and it's just refilling right there. I think once we get that one full, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these guys because we definitely don't need them anymore. Because we got plenty of wool, and we could probably set something up later on a little bit more efficiently. But yeah, so I've got a couple of little gardens and stuff down here set up with the thermal expansion harvesters. I've got an Iridescence. I've got a essence berry bush farm here collecting essence berries for us, and you can see that my level is actually 192, and I died. I think I had like 200 levels or something like that at some point, but yeah, not so bad. But there's actually a pretty cool trick that I want to show you guys with this here in just a little bit, but let's finish up the tour first. So we got a wheat and cane farm set up here. We've got our tree farm for the most part. It stopped growing, I think, because it's full of sludge. So we'll have to put up a barrel or something near this to collect all that sludge so we can get this going, but we don't really need it to grow too much anymore, so this should be fine. And then we've also got a cactus and carrot farm here, which is actually doing pretty good, not gonna lie. So I needed the cactus for dyes because we're gonna need to dye our IMI cables and conduits just a different color, man. I want everything to be kind of color coded in here, so each mod will kind of have its own unique color. That way I can just kind of look at the cables and I say, okay, that's that mod, that's that mod, that's that mod, right? Make sense? Yeah, it's amazing, dude. Look at this masterpiece. I tried so hard. I've actually tore down our reactor twice trying to figure out a cool configuration for our IMI controllers, because I kind of wanted to build the controller around the reactor, but the reactor is actually the max size that a controller can be. So an IMI controller can only be 7 wide by 7 long, or 7 by 7, and any more than that and then it shuts off, right? So it's kind of a bummer. I wanted the IMI controller to actually be where this stone is and wrap it all the way around, but it actually doesn't work, so that's kind of a bummer, but it looks awesome either way. I love it. So I've got pretty much everything set up for Autocrafting. So if we come in here, we go to our craftables, you can see everything is all set up, man. Oh, it's so good. We actually need to readjust a bunch of this stuff here. This molecular assembler array that we've got going on is not very efficient. We could add more molecular assemblers on the front of these terminals here, or interfaces, excuse me, and that would give us a few extra molecular assemblers to use and make crafting a little bit faster. But I want to upgrade this because right now it's just a 1K crafting storage, and it's not very quick. So I think we'll try to upgrade these to 64Ks eventually. That's kind of the plan, and we'll set up a different system for our crafting here because this doesn't really work that well. I don't know. It looks cool, but not exactly what we're going for. But on this side, we've got our cobblestone hooked up, and I actually just encountered a problem. I had to connect this because I want to transfer everything over to 64K drives. I just put in our very first 64K here, and I ran it through the IO port. That way it would kind of condense everything onto this drive and clear up some space on these other ones. And it seemed to work pretty well because all of these were red and orange before, but now we got a bunch of green, so we got plenty of space to work with, at least for the time being. But eventually we are going to upgrade everything to 64K drives, and it should be awesome. So where to begin, man? We've got pretty much all our machines I think that we're going to need up here for a little while. So we've got our crushing factory, excuse me. We've got our resonant pulverizer. We've got a couple of different alloy smelters. I'm tripping over my words here. So we got some of the Ender IO stuff set up in here, and I've got this to alloy mode only. And then in here, I've got this one set up to furnace mode only, which I could probably move all these recipes that I'm going to have in this one over to the resonant furnace, redstone furnace, because this is pretty much doing the same thing that this is, and this is a lot faster than this, even with the octadic capacitor in it. So this is the resonant one with complete speed upgrades. So yeah, this is a lot faster than this, but I just have it set up here for whatever reason. And then we got our sag mill here with the octadic capacitors. Everything is fully upgraded, which is awesome, except for this. We could go up to the elite, I believe. Factory, let's look this up real quick. Factory, I think there's only one more level after this. Yeah, so we got the advanced and the elite. So the elite just has a few more slots in there, and it is a lot faster. So maybe a thing that we upgrade to in the future, but for right now, it's working pretty dandy. And then on this side, we've got the mechanism automation. So this is actually a build. I actually had to go back and watch one of my old videos from Mod Sauce because I couldn't remember how I set this up. This is basically fully automated for everything that we're going to need from mechanisms. So we've got the compressed carbon in there, redstone, obsidian, and diamond in each one of these. And these are all set up to do like the steel stuff. What is this? Our little circuits and everything like that from mechanisms. So that's almost completely fully automated, which is awesome and really, really handy. But other than that, what else do we got going on? I'm not real sure. I think that's pretty much covers everything. Oh, we've got this guy. Our fully automated advanced inscribers. So these guys are really, really, really awesome. We can come over to our terminal here and we can look up, let's just craft a bunch of these. So let's make up 20 logic processors and we'll click start. And from here, it's going to shoot over here and it's basically going to craft everything that we need from start to finish. So it should be sending sand up to our sag mill, unless we have enough. We may have enough silicon in our system already. So let's just pull in from there. But yeah, so it sends everything in here that we're going to need. So it's crafting up the gold, and then it's crafting up the actual processors here. So how cool is that? Everything is automated. We don't have to wait for anything. It is absolutely amazing. We don't have to craft anything by hand anymore. I love it, man. So now that I've pretty much burnt myself out on talking, we need to work on today's project. I'm getting tired of this, man. I've been running my quarry, so everything is all set up over here. I actually built this on camera, but then I realized that the 3 times ore processing I've already done this season. So I scrapped that whole episode, and yeah, I don't know why I thought that I hadn't done this before, because we already did this once this season, so I didn't want to make you guys sit through it all again. But yeah, so we got this all set up here with some other basic machines that we've used for crafting and storage crafting and setting up all our auto-crafting and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so these are kind of like one-time use machines, and eventually we'll automate this all up into these guys up here, but for now it's okay. These guys can stay. I just lost my train of thought like hardcore. Oh, okay, I remember. Yeah, so I've been running the quarry quite a bit, and we're getting a lot of stuff in the system that I don't really need or want at this point. I'm getting a lot of the coal ore. A lot of these fortunables is what I'm talking about, and we've got to do something with them because I don't want the ores in here. I just want the actual product. So we've got to set up some sort of auto fortuner today, and I think I've got a pretty cool idea. We're going to have to mess around with it and see if we can get it working completely, but I think it should be pretty neat when we get it all set up and done. I don't know why it's doing this. Like, this is not all of my stuff here. What is going on? Come back in. Okay, there we go. Yeah, for whatever reason, it keeps going down like only a little bit, like to about like right there, but I've got all this other stuff in here that we need. I don't know, very strange. But so I think what we're going to do today is we're going to be taking a look at the RFTools mod a little bit, and we're going to try to combine that with AE and mix the two up. So we're going to be looking at the builder block from RFTools. So this guy is actually pretty neat. I don't know a lot about it, but I think it's going to work for what we need it to. And I've actually already crafted one up. So builder, there we go. Let's grab this guy. We're going to need a bunch of cable. So let's grab dense cable. We'll grab a stack of smart cable. And I'm just going to be using the Fluix kind for right now. I'll come back in and replace everything once I craft up a bunch of different colored cables. But for now, this is all I really have. So let's grab a stack of Fluix cable. We're not going to need this many smart or dense cables. And then we need some P2P tunnels, which I've got 2. Perfect. We need a memory card. Perfect. And what else? We need some formation planes, which should have enough, hopefully. And then, we're going to need this guy. This is a shape card for our builders. We can actually set this up to be a clearing fortune quarry. And you guys will see what this does here in just a little bit. We need a lever. Let's grab one of these guys. And what else are we going to need? Maybe a chest. And some import and export buses. Alright, so there's an import. Excuse me, there we go. There's an export. And we'll take the capacity card and we'll take some acceleration cards just in case we need them. So I think this should be just about everything we need besides the tesseract and some conduit for some power. Oh, and then one more thing. We're also going to need an energy acceptor. Let's grab that guy there. And I think we should be good to go. So let's take a look at this builder's block from RFTools real quick. From what I understand is we can set this guy up to... Are you getting power? Okay, you may be full from when I was looking at you before. Let's throw lever on there. And then, actually, do I have any? I don't know if I made any up. Yeah, these corner blocks. Space chamber corner blocks. Right? I don't think we actually need these. But let's look in here. So we've got this little card, right? We can shift click on this dude. And it's going to give us some dimensions. And we can actually change the shape that we want. We can actually use this guy for a quarry if we really wanted to. But that's not the case for today. We're going to be using this as an auto fortuner. So we set this up. Top dome, bottom dome, sphere, cylinder, capped cylinder, prism, torus, solid box. This is what we're going for here. And the dimensions are 3x3. Offset 2, -3, -5. I don't know what exactly that is. But if we set this up, can we see here? Okay. Now I believe if we take a chest, let's grab some cobble from up here. There we go. And I think with this guy, once we turn this on, if we place something inside here, it should harvest it, right? And that's really quick. It should be within that 3x3. Oh, weird. What's going on? Okay. Keep running with redstone signal. Okay, that's what we want there. Okay, so these 4 blocks should be part of that 3x3 area. But it's not working. Okay, so here's the other thing that I was thinking of. I think if we take this guy, let's go ahead and turn it off. If we take this little card, the shape card, and let's set up this area right here just for testing. So we're going to build, we don't even need to do that. Let's just do this. We'll build up 2 and then 1 there like that. So this should be our 3x3 cube, right? This denotes the bottom right corner and this is the top left corner, or back top left, I suppose. And I think with this card we can shift click on this dude. Now select first corner. Now if we right click on this guy, we right click on this guy, New settings copied to the shape card. So now we should be able to throw this guy in here. And if we turn on the view, okay, cool. So we can actually move it. And I don't know what the range is on this guy, but this is actually pretty neat. And so now if we flip this switch, it should harvest everything within that 3x3 cube. Yep, look at that. That is awesome. Oh, it's quick too, man. That is insane. Uh-oh, carpenter's block. Yeah, so that harvests stuff up really quick. Oh, okay, that was a whole stack. Whoop. Pretty neat, right? So we are going to try to automate this with AE to be a fortuner. Now, I want to find out how high this fortune actually is. So let's grab some coal. Let's grab a stack of coal. And there's nothing in this chest. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn this off. And we will turn this on so we can see where it harvests. Okay, so we need 1 here, 2, 3, like so. We're going to build, let's build a 3x3 like so. And I want to test the fortune on this card versus the fortune on our hammer. So this is set up for fortune looting 3. It's got a lot of lapis on it. And I want to see what the difference is. So we'll make another 3x3 cube right here. And if it's fairly comparable, I think this is what we're going to go with. Because I know we could set something up using Tinker's construct and maybe like an autonomous activator. But I think this is just a lot cooler, man. This is going to be fun trying to integrate this. And I think what I have in mind with some formation planes and different things like that, it could be pretty neat. So we've got 0 coal in here. And we've got the fortune quarry. So let's go ahead and turn this on. Holy crap, that was fast. Alright, so how much do we get? We got a stack and 1 from, what is that, 9 times 3, 18, 19, 20, 21, 27 pieces of coal. Alright, so now we're going to try with our hammer. Very comparable. Very comparable. I guess it's set up to be fortune 3. So we only got 1 more piece with our hammer than we did with this system. That is cool. Okay, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Nice. Alright, cool. So I'm going to try to set something up here real quick and get a drink of water and then we'll be right back. Okay, so now we just need to figure out where we want to put this. And I'm thinking we'll try to stick it up here in this corner. Now it's going to look kind of derpy because we can only go straight with the cable. I mean, we could do like a zigzag diagonal all the way over here if we wanted to, but I'm not really feeling that. We'll come off of this corner here. So we're going to put a piece of dense cable. Now I went ahead and dyed this cable red just so we have a different color so nothing gets too connected right here at the very beginning. And we're going to come back and switch everything out because all I have right now is Fluix. But we're going to put a piece of dense cable here, and we're going to put a P2P tunnel on here. Now, if you don't know what P2P tunnels are, basically, these guys... Okay, let's start from the beginning. Dense cables have a total of 32 channels. Each face of an IMI controller has 32 channels. We got 32 channels on this side, 32 channels on that side, and if we could see the other couple of sides of this, we'd have 32 channels per side, right? Now, dense cables can carry all 32 of those channels, but this cable is pretty expensive. So if we look at the recipe for this, it's 8 pieces of dense... Oh, that's for the dyed cable. It's 4 pieces of the covered cable with a piece of redstone and glowstone, and it's just not very efficient to run dense cable all over the place. So that's where P2P tunnels or peer-to-peer tunnels come in handy. So with this guy, we can actually run this dense cable and condense it down into 1 channel and carry that through this flux cable, the glass cable, I suppose. And so this makes it a lot cheaper, so we can carry, basically we could carry 8 sets of 32 channels if we really wanted to, anywhere that we needed to go, and then we could just plop down another P2P tunnel on another side and open this channel back up. Does that make sense? So we could open it up and we'd actually have another 32 channels set up on the other side. Pretty neat stuff, man. It kind of boggled my mind a little while. for a little while when I was trying to learn all this stuff, but after I got the hang of it, it's amazingly powerful. I love it. So what we're going to do is we're going to run this cable all the way over here. And let's come out this way. I'm not exactly sure where I want to put this. You know what we need? Let's grab some cobble. We'll grab the stack that we had in here earlier, and let's figure out where we want to set this up. I kind of wanted it to be in the corner here, so we'll come down. So I think this could be the top right here. So we'll come out 3 this way, 3 this way. We could kind of fill it in like that, right? I think that'll give us enough room on all the sides that we're going to need. I like it. So this is going to be, just imagine that this is coal or redstone or diamond or something, but this is going to be the cube that we're going to be using. And we're actually only doing, we're doing a 3x3 cube with a hole in the middle because I can't actually set this up to have something in the bottom of it. So because we can only have 8 channels per cable, so I think 8 is the best we're going to get out of this whole system. So it's still not bad, and as fast as that builder goes, that's going to be really no problem. It'll be able to keep up with everything that we need. So let's do this. We need, do we want the cable to come in on the top? I don't know, man. Maybe we'll just set it up to come in the middle for right now. So let's do that. We need to bring it all back 1, like so, like that. And then we need to throw down another piece of dense cable, right, like so. We could actually, no, that'll work. That's perfect. So now we need to, what am I talking about? We need some smart cable, and we actually could throw down the formation planes first. Oh, no, we can't. Hold on. We've got to put this P2P tunnel on the backside of that. Okay, so now it opened that channel back up. We're going to have to power the cable here in a minute too, but we'll just get it set up for the time being. Let's grab our formation planes. Hopefully we have enough. I don't know if I crafted enough. We are going to set these up around the middle like so. So we got 1 on the sides, 3 in the back, and another 1 on the sides. Like so, and then we're going to do them on the top and on the bottom. Whew, okay, we got 1 extra. Not bad. Alright, so now we need to hook up the smart cable. Where's our smart cable? We actually already had it ready. And we're going to throw the smart cable here, like so. And since we only have, smart cable only carries 8 channels, so it's going to condense this 32 channels down into 8 channels, or split it off here, and we'll have 8 channels. Why? That's weird that that one's red, but these are fluic, so they're kind of gray colored. But yeah, either way. So we're going to run these around the outside here, and this should carry all 8 channels for these formation planes. Do it like that, and we'll leave that one open like so. And now we need to branch off from down here, and we'll come this way, and we'll go to each one of these formation planes like so. So those are all connected. Now we'll connect up all of these guys, and if I can get out of here, there we go. Hook that one up, and then we'll run this one to the top of this dense cable. So this should, in theory, be how many? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 channels used out of this 32, right? So now we just need to power the whole thing. Now let's grab, we could actually, I think we could run a piece of glass cable from the controller, couldn't we? Let's do fiber. There we go. We'll just take a little bit of this. I think we can run it like this. Is that going to power everything? Or do we actually need an energy acceptor? That's not going to power everything. Alright, bummer. I thought that was going to work. I don't really understand the whole power situation thing, but we'll figure it out. So let me hook up the power to this and figure that out real quick, and then I'll come back and show you what I did. Okay, so maybe one of you guys can tell me. I was under the impression that P2P tunnels didn't take up a channel, but maybe they do, because I'm getting a reading of 2 channels here, and the only thing that are online, only things that are online, is this P2P tunnel and this one right here, because I haven't connected this P2P tunnel with that one yet, so none of this is online. These are all still offline, not getting any power, but I'm reading 2 channels, and the only thing on this cable that could be are the P2P tunnels, but I guess that's okay if they do. It's really not that big a deal, so it'll change it from what, 24 to 26, so we still got plenty of room to work with. But now we're going to use our memory card. So settings cleared, we are going to shift right click on this P2P tunnel. It's going to save the network, and so now if we come over here to this guy, we do, whoops, no, we did it wrong. We shift right click on this P2P tunnel, and then we just right click on this one, and so that's going to open up this network to all of these devices. So there you go. You can see all the cable is online now, and we should have 8 channels coming off of this one, 8 channels off of this one, and 8 off of that one, and 24 here. So now what does this say? It says 26, so that must be the other 2 P2P tunnels. That's kind of interesting, man. I didn't realize that that was the case. Huh. Alright, so we got that all set up. The device is online. Now we're going to grab our builder here. Now, is that card still inside of this thing? Hello? It may still be inside of it. I'm not real sure. So what we're going to do is we are going to set our builder, I guess right here, because I'm going to connect it back into this system right here, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in just a second. But let's grab another chest, like so. Yoink. And we're going to plop this guy down on top of this builder. So now anything that it harvests should go into that chest. Okay, so we need to reset the dimensions for this guy. Now I'm hoping we can set this up here, like that. We can come over to this one. Okay, new settings copied. Right. Okay, so let's grab our lever so we can turn this guy on. That's kind of the only downfall, is we need some sort of redstone signal to turn this guy on and off. So now if we do this, can we see if that blue guide is there? Because I don't want it to destroy anything from AE. That didn't... I don't know if this worked. So we'll do first corner there, and second corner here. New settings copied to the shape card. Or did we even put that guy in there? I don't know if we did or not. Okay, so it should be set up within this 3x3 cube. So if we turn this on, perfect. Took out everything there. Alright, so now what we need to do is we need to set up what ores go into this system here. So let's turn this off. So basically, if you've never used these formation planes before, they can do one of 2 things. If we set up an annihilation plane, we could actually transfer items between that plane and this formation plane, right? So this can either spit items out entity-wise, or it can be placed as an object. Do I have any annihilation planes? I can show you what I'm talking about. Let's do plane. Oh yeah, we do. All right, cool. So if we come up here, and actually, do we have a place to put this? We may not. Can I put this on that line? Device missing channel. Okay, that's not gonna work. Let's run a smart cable off of this one here. We'll just run it out to show you guys kind of an example of what's going on with this guy. So you can throw that there. This guy should come online. There it is. And if we set this guy up right here for cobble, now you can change it from blocks will be placed as block, or blocks will be dropped as item. So if we just threw like an item, let's throw our memory card in here real quick. Hopefully this doesn't get destroyed or anything. If we throw that in there, oh, let's turn our magnet off first. Turn off. There you go. Throw our magnet. Oh, that'll work. Throw a magnet in there. It'll get spit out by just one of these random guys right here. But since we set that one up for cobble, if we take a piece of cobble and throw that into this annihilation plane, whoop, I guess it got spit out as an entity. How did we set this guy up? Dropped as items, so now we need it dropped as a block. Boop. And it gets placed right there in front of this formation plane. How cool is that? So I think you guys are kind of starting to understand. Oh no. Understand what I'm wanting to do with this system here, and I think it should be pretty neat. So I'm going to have to set everything up here real quick, and I'm going to kind of have to tinker around with it and figure it out. So let me do that, and then I'm going to come back and kind of show you what's going on, and we can wrap this whole thing up. Alright, so let's grab everything that we're going to need to fortune, or that we want to try to fortune. So we're going to need some diamond. We need some charged Certus quartz. We need some normal Certus quartz, which I guess I'm just about out of. I thought I had more than that. Apparently not. We need redstone and lapis. Let's grab some coal. And then we also need lapis. We may... Yeah, that should work. So is this everything that we need here? We got emerald ore. We could fortune those as well. Now what else? All these nether ores I don't really care for right now. I don't think we really need to worry about those. And this topaz ore, amethyst, all that other crap we don't really need. So we need to make another capacity card. So if we look up card, we need this dude right here. So let's grab one of those. We need another one of these guys. Like so. Capacity card. Yeah. No? Okay. Card. I swear we just made some basic cards, did we not? Excuse me? Oh, they're getting spit out by this thing. Ooh. Oh, okay, so since these are not set up, they are basically spitting out anything that is imported to our system. So we've actually got to set this whole guy up. So let's throw in this cobblestone real quick, and it should spit it all out up here somewhere. Unless that one worked, for whatever reason. I'm not real sure. I don't know. Okay, so we're going to have to set up those formation planes up there real quick as well. Alright, so we got our cards, I think. Yeah, here we go. And let's make this capacity card like so. So now we've got two of those. Perfect. So now what we need to do is set up these formation planes to blocks will be placed as block. And we need to throw each one of these ores in here like so. Okay. Now we could go around to each one of these formation planes and do that same thing, or we could copy the settings just like so, and then we could click and load all these settings into each one of these formation planes. So if we go around the bend like so, now we open these guys up, you can see that each one of these is exactly the same. How cool is that, man? Super time saver. Alright, so we need to come around to all of these. Did I do this one? I think that's where I started. And we'll come to these like so. And so now if we throw some items into this chest here, let's grab a stack of coal. No, wrong thing. Coal, like so. We can throw, I've got an import bus right here. I'm gonna have an export bus up here. We'll talk about that here in just a minute, but if we throw that in there, and let's throw some acceleration cards on this guy, that should place everything up in there. But this is where the export bus comes in handy. So basically what we need to have happen is we need to set up some sort of round robin between this chest and our ME system. Otherwise it's going to get stuck like this. So all that coal that we just put in that chest, some of it went to this thing, but it wasn't quite fast enough, and most of it went back into our system, right? And so we need an export bus with our two capacity cards in here to be able to pull coal back into this chest. Now let's throw some acceleration cards, a couple extra acceleration cards onto that. So that's going to pull some coal, and it should should start placing here, I think. Why you no work? Let's just turn this guy on, see what happens. Look at that. So for whatever reason, oh god, that's a frame killer. Oh, that's something we can't keep running at all times. We're just gonna have to turn it on when we need to fortune stuff. Why does this not work? Why are you no placed here? Alright, so that's pulling half a stack out at a time. We'll throw that in there. Interesting. Why? Ah, I figured it out. Okay, so we just needed to change the priority. So we need this to have a higher priority than our actual ME system over there, right? So if we set the priority to 1 on all of these, you can see that something gets placed there. So what we need to do is we need to now save our new settings from this interface or formation plane and copy that to all these other ones. Alright, so now it is all set. Now I've disconnected these export and import buses right quick because I want to see how much we get off of one set. So about a stack, right? That's what we experienced. That's what we kind of expected with the test that we did a minute ago. But now we need some place to put all of this coal. Now I don't want this coal going back into our ME system because it's just going to get it's really going to get filled up. So I made this reinforced cache here and we may try to upgrade it. So let's look up cache. Coal and redstone I think are really the only things that I'm worried about. So we need some endurium. Do we have any endurium? I think we're out. Endurium. Yeah, we got some gears. We can actually smelt these back down. I don't need the gears right now. So let's do this and we'll make some ingots out of this guy. What? So I guess while we were waiting for those gears to smelt up so we can actually upgrade these, realistically, I don't think we're gonna need enough space for 640,000 pieces of coal, but you never know. So I think coal's the only one that I'm gonna set up for that because we definitely have the most coal. So I mean, even in comparison to redstone, we've just barely got 1,500. But I know with coal, I did have 10,000 at one point, and I ended up mining up a whole bunch of this. So this is 131 stacks of 64, and this is 8,000 pieces of coal. So, yeah, not really ideal, and I don't want that coal going back into our system. So let's set up an export bus. We need to make another one of these guys, like so. And then I'm going to throw this... Whoops, not there, but on the back of this cache, and I'm going to fill this up with the coal that we have in our system, and we'll run this up like so. Boom, boom. We'll run this all the way down like so, and then we'll take a piece of this coal, we'll throw that in there, and then we'll fill this up with those cards, and it should start pulling all the coal from our system out and putting it into this cache. So that's actually going to take a little while. It takes a little bit to speed up, but once it gets going, this will actually drain out pretty quickly. So I'm going to drain that coal, get this all set up with the storage bus, kind of like we did with our cobblestone up there, and get it all hooked up into the system, and then we're going to come back and try this bad boy out. Alright, so we got all the coal out of our system. If we look in here, you can actually see that there is no coal at all, besides coal coke and coal dust and coal ore, which hopefully will be gone here in just a few minutes. I'm super excited to see how well this works. So we need to try to upgrade this guy in here. Now I think we can do it even though it's got stuff in it. Do like that. Resonant Ender Cache, or Resonant Cache. And so this has got 13,000 coal in it. So now we can come up here, and I'm just hooking it up here temporarily. We've got some cable anchors on the sides of this so we don't actually see anything and it doesn't connect. But now if we come back and we look at our system, we should see that we got 13,000 coal in there. Perfect. And we got our 8,000 coal there. And so now I guess we're good to go on this guy. So eventually we're going to throw all these other ones in here, but I just want to try it out with the coal first. Whew, okay, so we got this guy. Let's turn this guy off. off, I said. Okay, and so now, once we create this loop, our system is going to be continuously drawing coal ore into this chest, right? And so when it draws the coal ore into this chest, it then gets sucked out by this import bus and put back into our system. And when it tries to get inputted into our system, it's going to come out here first because it has a higher priority, right? We got that all set up. So it should go here first and then back into the system. And I realize this is probably not the best for like efficiency or lag. This is going to create a lot of lag, but I'm not going to have this thing running continuously. This is just like when I get when this thing is shut off, I may see if there's some sort of switch. Or I guess once we put this in here, yeah, I may see if there's some sort of switch here that we can turn this off and on, the cable anyway. I don't know if that's possible or not with AE. I'm sure it is, but we'll kind of see how it goes. But once we reconnect this, it's going to continuously round robin this coal back and forth in the system, out of the system, in the system, out of the system. So it should continuously be placing the coal on these formation planes, or these formation planes should be placing the coal. So I guess let's just give this a go, man. So let's see how much coal we got right now. We've got 13,600. And so if we place this up, I'm super excited and kind of nervous, to be honest. Let's throw that on there. Whoop. Okay, there's the first load. And you can see in here, it's continuously being drawn and placed back in. And this would actually go faster if we had more acceleration cards in here. But to be honest, we don't really need... How much does that do? It only does 8 at a time, but it goes a lot faster. That may be more efficient. Okay, let's turn this on. Okay, yeah. That causes some stuttering. But look how fast that is, man. Oh, gosh. Alright, let's throw this other acceleration card in there. Okay, that fills everything up. Oh, okay, so let's look in here at our ore. Look how fast that is going down. That's already gone down 1,000. That was the 1,000 mark right there. And so this is filling up 17,000. We were at 13,000, weren't we? Holy crap. Oh, this thing looks so cool. Oh, can we fly up in the middle of this, I wonder? That is insanely quick. So we had 8,000, we're down to 5,000. Man, that is super awesome. Okay, I'm gonna let this go. I'm gonna let it finish the coal. We're gonna come back and look at the final number. Oh, I'm so excited that this worked. This is like the first thing I've ever come up with in modded Minecraft. So I'm wondering, I'm watching this. I've been watching it here for a little while. This is so mesmerizing. But some of these coal ore, I don't know if it's being placed and replaced, or like broken and replaced faster than the Wayla can update, or what we can actually see. But it seems like some of these pieces of coal they can sit here for a few seconds while others get demolished like super quickly. So if we come in here, we're sitting at about 1,000 pieces of coal ore right now. So it goes pretty quickly, but I'm wondering if this is a little overkill. Like if it's faster than this thing can actually keep up with. And another thing I've seen here is we are actually bottlenecking power, and we're getting quite a bit of power from this guy. Let's try to switch this over from our windmills to our big reactor. Oh, okay, that's the issue. That's why some of them are sitting there for a little while. Holy cow. This thing is incredible, dude. Oh, it's done? Are you kidding me? Okay. Yeah, so coal ore. Let's see. 33,000 pieces of coal and no coal ore in our system at all. That is amazing. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so let's set this guy up here. Really, the only other thing that I'm going to have a ton of is redstone, probably. The Certus quartz I'm probably going to have a ton of. Let's do quartz, but we don't have a whole lot of that in our system now. So 3,000 or so pieces in our system is really not that big of a deal, and we could probably even store redstone in our system like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull all the redstone into this other cache. Where did it go? Did I pick it up? Yeah, I picked it up. And so we're basically going to do the same thing like we did up here, just with the redstone. So we need to set up, oh no we don't. We'll just do that there. We need another storage bus, like so. Once we hook that up, I'm just going to toss all of these ores into this processing system, and we'll see if maybe we get like a rainbow of different colored blocks there. I think would be pretty neat. So storage bus, let's just look up bus. There you go, this guy right here. We're gonna need another interface. Whoops. Let's do that, grab that, throw that in the system, and then like so. So now we can come up here and throw this on the back of that. Let's grab some redstone first so we can prime the system like so. Throw that in there, and then we'll throw the storage bus right here on the back. So this should, let's actually, can we take all of that out? Redstone. Yeah, okay, so there's no other redstone in the system. Now we can prime this guy. Throw that all in there. Now we should be able to see redstone in here. If we take another look, yep, perfect. Okay, boys, here we go. Let's disconnect this real quick. And I guess this really isn't that big of a deal if we leave this guy running. Like right now, there's nothing to be filtered back and forth in between this chest, so it's not quite, I don't think it's causing any kind of tick lag. It might be because it's checking, but it doesn't feel like we got any lag. We're holding steady at about 100 frames a second, 130. Yeah, and it's not lagging because it's not placing anything either. But once we hook this guy up with all these different ores, it may cause a problem. But I think once it gets rid of all the ores in our system, since it's filtered out and it's only looking for those ores, it may not cause a problem. But I do want an on-off switch for this thing, and I guess just disconnecting it and stuff for the time being is probably the best option. So let's throw all of these ores in here like so. Got coal already, emerald. Now is that it? So redstone, diamond, emerald, certus, coal, charged certus, and then lapis. Now let's double check, make sure there's nothing else in here that we need to try to fortune. Or and I think another nice thing is too is if I want to swap some of these blocks out to try to fortune those, if we collect those, the only thing is I got like all this stuff filtered out of our system, like teslatite we don't need right now, apatite from forestry we don't need, and you know, such stuff like that. Oh, we could put quartz in there too. Do we have any like quartz ore? We may not. We may have mined it all already. Quartz, yeah, it doesn't look like it. But we could actually add nether quartz to this thing, and we can fortune it this way also. So that's pretty neat. Alright, so let's turn this guy off. And we will connect the wire again. Okay, so there it goes. It's just loaded up with everything here. Now let's turn this on. Maybe we'll get like a rainbow of different blocks. It looks like it may filter through one at a time. So yeah, certus quartz. Alright, there's the certus quartz, there's the diamonds, there's the lapis and redstone. Oh, this thing is amazing. Alright, see how much redstone we're getting. We got quite a bit. We had 700, and now we've got like 3,000, 4,000. That is nuts. This is like the best fortune machine I think I've ever seen, to be honest. Are we bottlenecking on power? No, we're still good. The reactor is working. Okay, how much redstone do we have left? Redstone, 100. Oh, it's about done. Oh, there's the emerald. Oh, and we're finished. That is insane. We just processed probably in the upwards of over 10,000 different ores in less than probably like 15 minutes. That is insanely quick. Okay, so we got this guy turned off. Oh, that is insane. I love it. You hear my dog snoring in the background? It's a beautiful thing. Alright, dudes, that's gonna do it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun coming up and testing this thing out, man. This is absolutely insane. If there's a faster one out there, I haven't seen it yet, but I really like this design. It's not very friendly on the frames, but overall it's very effective. I love it. Hit that like button for me down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Primus Unabridged. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all the support on this series. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, thanks for watching. Peace.